Today on the Hartley Show, we're going to be talking about some Marvel Ultimate Comics, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Uncanny Avengers. Hiya! Ooh! So first off, we're going to talk about Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, Ultimate Spider-Man was the first Ultimate Marvel comic. Of course, it originally featured Peter Parker, but now it features this other kid. I forget his name, or Sam, I think it is. Now, the best part about the Ultimate Spider-Man comic is that it has been written by the same guy, Brian Michael Bendis, since the first issue in the 90s. I believe the original run lasted over 100 issues, and now they've moved on to this new incarnation who is not Peter Parker, Miles Morales, that's the name of this guy. Another kid who got bit by a radioactive, genetically engineered spider. Actually, it's just genetically engineered, not radioactive. So, yeah, the Ultimate Marvel Universe version of Spider-Man is now this black Hispanic kid, Miles Morales. He's almost like the original Spider-Man, but he's got some additional new abilities. He can turn invisible, and he has this venom blast thing he can do. He touches people and it blasts their nervous system. The current story arc is dealing with Venom, the Venom of the Ultimate Universe, and this has been good stuff. Really, to be perfectly honest with you, the only Ultimate book that I have kept up with has in fact been this book. They put out this series called Ultimatum, and it just destroyed everything. It swapped it all up. They killed off Wolverine, they killed off Professor X, they killed off Magneto, they killed off really almost all the main characters. And then, of course, Peter Parker died just afterwards. Next up, I'm going to talk briefly about the Ultimates. This was, once upon a time, the most popular book that Marvel was putting out, and it slowly but surely turned into boring drivel. Now, this is okay, but really the best part about this comic is the art by Tom Bennett. What we're seeing here is their new take on Wonder Man, and as most things Ultimate go, he's just a raging giant steroid violent freak who isn't really likable, and he's just kind of a big scumbag, very Hulk-like. The best part about the current Ultimates is indeed the art. I do find it interesting they've adapted Captain America, who is currently the president of their universe. They've adapted his uniform to look more like the uniform, and of course they got Thor looking like he used to back at the beginning of this. Yeah, Captain America, they made him look more like he does in the movies, which I think is kind of cool. I like the fact that they've kept the idea of the wings on the side of his head, but it's just, you know, a tight helmet and nothing sticking out the side. I don't have really much good to say about this. I'm finding it kind of boring, to be honest. I read this and a little drab. Next up, we got Ultimate Comics Wolverine. Now, as I said at the beginning, Wolverine's dead, and so this book follows his son. This is written by Carl Bunn, or what the hell is his name? Cullen Bunn, and drawn by David Messina, and, you know, I'm finding this batshit boring. It is neat to see Wolverine, the Ultimate Wolverine, back again in some flashback sequences, but I really don't give a fuck about Wolverine's son. I haven't found any reason to give a fuck about Wolverine's son. And so far in 2 issues, this book has not made me feel like I should give a fuck about Wolverine's son. Giant fail grade from me. Next up, we got Guardians of the Galaxy #1, another book written by Brian Michael Bendis, featuring art from Steve McNiven. This book was pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, especially the last run by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. I thought it was a brilliant book. This was actually a pretty good issue. The only real gripe I have with this issue is basically these new designs. I don't understand what's up with these weird techno doohickeys and a giant creature made of wood. I don't know why they felt the need to make him look more menacing. Rocket Raccoon, for some reason they've taken the shtick of him getting really angry. There's a great double-page spread. If you call him a raccoon, apparently now everybody just calls Rocket Raccoon Rocket, because if you call him a raccoon, well, I'll show you in a second what happens. But this book was pretty good. I think Brian Michael Bendis has a great handle on it, and I do actually think the redesign for Star-Lord, it's a nice homage to his original look. But again, you know, you've got Groot now with big stupid teeth and all these weird techno doohickeys all over him, and Rocket Raccoon's always like, grr, I'm gonna bite your fucking throat out. I'm a nasty raccoon, bitch. Yeah, it's The redesign's not a fan of, but the writing's fantastic. Next up, we got Uncanny Avengers. I've been sort of ragging on this book up until this issue number 5. It's been a little boring for me. I've been finding it sort of missing the mark, even though I'm a big fan of Rick Remender, and the art team of this book is fantastic. This is the issue where it starts to turn around. I think thematically here, things got a lot more interesting. This is the issue that reintroduces the Wasp and Wonder Man to the team. Wonder Man, of course, prior to this, he'd had a couple run-ins with the Avengers where he was trying to take the team down, and now he's trying to make up for that. And this book is sort of a reestablishing of Alex Summers, of course, Havoc, Cyclops' brother, being the key face for mutants in this mutants merged team, X-Men merged Avengers team. Yeah, this issue really turns things around for me, and I can see the promise now of this book and it going somewhere interesting. There's a neat little moment here where Alex Summers has this little speech where he goes on about, please don't call me mutant. The word mutant's divisive. Just call me Alex. Neat little moments here. So far, the book's turning around. So if you were kind of curious, you thought there was some hope for this comic, this is probably the issue for you, re-exploring the concept of this.
10:30. Go!
Uncanny Avengers, getting good. Morbius the Living Vampire, kind of slowing down. Wolverine number 1, pretty good start. I Vampire, winding up really well. Supergirl, she's poisoned by kryptonite, it's good. Age of Ultron, getting boring. Savage Hawkman, turned to crap in the end. Batwoman, good as always. Nova, I'm actually getting into it. Young Avengers, good times. Today from my vault, we've got the Kingdom Come slipcase edition here. This is this absolutely beautiful slipcase set for the series Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come was a series that came out in the 90s. It was a response to the Image 90s books of the time. Absolutely gorgeous. Of course, this is a slipcase set signed by Mark Waid and Alex Ross, and one of my favorite things about this, dedicated to Christopher Reeve. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. How cool is that? Christopher fucking Reeves. You know? Reeve, not Reeves. Reeves was the other guy. So you got this beautiful book, and it's all fully painted by Alex Ross. Some of the best, maybe actually the best art he's ever produced. Some really intricate stuff and some great imagery moments like this. I don't want to show too much, because if you haven't read it, this is something that every comic fan must read. This is one of these just seminal works in the world of comic books with this just beautiful, intricate artwork. You can see, of course, this has the nice gold trim. And the second book that came with this, the slipcase set, is, they called it Kingdom Come Revelations, and this contains all sorts of sketch art, various sketches and discussion about the designs of these characters and where they were going with them. And then they break it into sections with the original guys and the new breed guys. Again, all largely based off Image styles. And then at the end, one of the coolest things about this is they've got it's character annotations and notes to Kingdom Come. They go page for page, and they break down who's what in what scene, because some of these panels get really complicated. And of course, the cool gallery at the end here. And one of my favorite things too about this is right in the very, very end, they have the curtain call, so you get to actually see the models that Alex Ross uses for various characters throughout the book. And of course, really neat was his father was actually the real-life basis for Norman McKay, the sort of main key character leading throughout the entire story. And then there's this, which is really, really crazy cool. It's this generational genealogy chart, based off of family ties and also name ties, legacies, things like that. Just an absolutely unbelievably cool collected edition. So there you have it, the Kingdom Come slipcase set from my vault. So today we're going to talk about an obscure DC character by the name of Vartox. Now, Vartox is based off an obscure Sean Connery movie by the name of Zardoz. Ray, man, I'm sorry. We can't do this right now. I got a full-on medical problem, like a busted-up shoulder. I'm really sorry, dude. We can't do this right now. Oh. you have it. Vartox. As always, a big thanks to Taz for letting us film here, and a giant thanks to y'all for watching. See you next time.